Who wins in a fight between Angel and Mahoraga? I recently made a poll about this, and the majority of people thought that Mahoraga would win. So I want to take a deeper look at the big daddy and top tier of all Shikigami versus this Heian Era sorcerer. And in this matchup, we're not talking about Mahoraga under control of Sukuna. We are just going to talk about Mahoraga on its own with no outside help. And the thing with this fight is that Jacob's Ladder is a pretty direct counter to not just Mahoraga, but every Shikigami in the entire series. And every curse technique, but Shikigami users really get screwed over by this. Especially with a technique like 10 Shadows, where if your Shikigami dies to Jacob's Ladder, it is just gone forever. And you have to hope that it's one of the Shikigami that can totality. And while we learn in chapter 221 that Jacob's Ladder only really kills those of purely evil spirit, it also nullifies techniques, which Mahoraga itself is part of a curse technique. So if Jacob's Ladder gets dropped on this thing, it should get vaporized. And there's not really a response that anyone has ever shown to getting a Jacob's Ladder dropped on them. A 15-finger Sukuna was unable to react to this. And there is no reason to believe that his cursed energy reinforcement was fluctuating dramatically here, as he only ever made a comment on it after attempting to cleave Yuji in chapter 214. So I don't think that Sukuna is just moving 30% slower here and not noticing. And even if he was a bit slower, Sukuna is already much faster than Mahoraga is. He was fully capable of jumping straight across Shibuya and grabbing Haruta out from right under a point-blank punch of Mahoraga, and this left Mahoraga visibly confused. And Angel's fight speed was fast enough to get the partial jump on Sukuna. And something that goes often unmentioned is that Angel showed the ability to use a smaller version of her own curse technique, as Sukuna was blinded by some light before she even dropped the Jacob's Ladder. And after doing this, she proceeded to drop the full Jacob's Ladder on him. And once he was hit by this, he had seemingly no way out except for deception, as this is the only time we have ever seen him resort to something like this. So Angel, while flying, is very fast, and usage of her technique is also very fast. And this is not to say that Mahoraga is not fast, because he is. He is one of the fastest things in this series. But unfortunately for Mahoraga, 15-finger Sukuna is 15-finger Sukuna, and he is the objective superior to Mahoraga's speed. And I am by no means saying that Angel is directly as fast as a 15-finger Sukuna. However, her flight speed is impressive. And Mahoraga is not exactly a known dodger of incoming attacks. And on top of all of this, let's talk more on the fact that Angel is capable of flying. Mahoraga simply has zero shown answers to flight, and I have yet to see him ever sprout wings in this series. So if Angel is smart and flies up high enough, Mahoraga has really no answer to getting to her, because we have yet to see the adaptation work without contact. And if he's making contact to adapt to her flight, well, Angel's already been dead for years. Because Angel is fast and has an incredibly powerful curse technique, but her durability feats are actually garbage. Because in chapter 220, Angel said that she would have died instantly from the building toss that Sukuna did to her. So if Mahoraga gets his hands on Angel, she is just dead. It is completely and utterly over. But the thing is, Angel has the damn near perfect power set to evade and then proceed to dominate Mahoraga. The only known downside of her technique doesn't matter at all here, and the best part of Mahoraga also doesn't matter here. Because the adaptation is just part of the wheel, and the wheel is just part of 10 Shadows, which again is a curse technique, which Jacob's Ladder just completely neutralizes and stomps. Angel doesn't have a lot of feats, but the ones she does have are really good against Mahoraga. This is honestly one of the hardest counters in JJK I can think of, and because of that, I think Angel takes this like 8 or 9 out of 10 times. Because there is always the chance that something horribly wrong could happen, like a large gust of wind blows Angel directly into Mahoraga's sword, or Mahoraga runs up a flight of stairs and jumps off the tallest building at her. But besides that, or her not keeping her distance well enough, I think Angel actually gets a W here. But that's just my opinion, and now I want to hear yours, so let me know in the comments below. And if you like videos like this, subscribe for more. And as always, thanks for watching.